This is lesson 2.10, number patterns. The Common Core standard is mentally add 10 or 100 to a given number, 100 to 900, and mentally subtract 10 or 100 from a given number, 100 to 900. The lesson objective is to extend number patterns by counting by tens or 100s, and the essential question is, how does place value help you identify and extend counting patterns? Let's look at the page that was done in class. You'll notice numbers 823, 833, 843, and 853 are colored in on your child's page. The tens digit increases by 1 from number to number in the pattern. So the tens digit in 863 would change to a 7. So you'll notice that we're looking at the patterns again, and in the tens digit the numbers are increasing. On the back, let's model and draw. Look at the digits in the numbers. What two numbers are next in the counting patterns? Well, if we're looking at the red digit, which is the hundreds place, this started at 100, now it went up to 200, 300, 400. What would come next? 500 and 600. The hundreds digit changes by 1 each time. The next two numbers are 514 and 614. The tens digit and the ones digit didn't change. Again, we're looking for patterns. Patterns are key in this lesson. Look at the digits to find the next two numbers. Well, if we look at the red digit, it's in the tens place, which means our hundreds digit and our ones digit is staying the same. So if we have 137, 147, 157, 167, the next one would be 177 and 187. So we would write 177 and 187 on the line. Now this one doesn't have red digits, so we have to figure it out by ourselves. Let's see which ones are staying the same and which one is changing. 245, 345, 445, 545. Did you see the pattern? The 4 tens and the 5 ones stays the same. It went up by hundreds. So the next two numbers would be 645 and 745. Let's check out the next one, number 3. 421, 431, 441, 451. This one, the tens digit is going up by 1 each time, which means the next two numbers should be 461 and 471. And let's look at the last one we did in class. 389, 489, 589, 689. This time the hundreds digit went up by 1, so the next two numbers are 789 and 889. Now let's look at the page that you are going to do with your child at home. Figure out what the pattern is, if it's the hundreds digit, the tens digit, or the ones digit, and write the next two numbers on each line. Please complete this for number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's look at the hot topic question. Follow the directions and write your own counting patterns. So your answers will vary a little bit, but it's okay. Write a pattern in which the hundreds digit changes by 1 from number to number. So the first one, maybe you would write 110, 210, 310, 410, 510. They might pick a different number. Maybe your child wants to start with 427. That's fine, as long as the 27 stays the same and the 400 goes up. So it would be 427, 527, 627, 827, and 927. On number 10, you're going to write a pattern which changes the tens digit from one number to a next. So the hundreds digit and the ones digit will stay the same. So you could possibly have 123, 133, 143, 153, or 163. Make sure the tens digit is the one that's changing. Remember, the tens digit is the number in the middle. The hundreds digit and the ones digit needs to stay the same. Let's go to page 96, which is the problem-solving section. Luke wrote a number pattern starting with 237. He counted on by hundreds. Write the missing digits to show his pattern. If he counted on by hundreds, we know that the first number is the only one that's going to change. The tens digit and the ones digit are going to stay the same. So this should have a 2 first, because that's where we started, which means the next one is 337, then 437, then 537, then 637. Let's look at the higher order thinking question. There were 135 pennies in a jar. After Robin put more pennies into the jar, there were 175 pennies in the jar. How many groups of 10 pennies did she put into the jar? Did you figure that out? She's going to put 4 groups of 10 pennies in that jar. The tens digit changed from 3 to 7. From 135 to 145 is one group of 10. Then 145 to 155 is another group of 10. Then 155 to 165 is another group of 10. And 165 to 175 is another group of 10. That means we had to count 4 more groups of 10, so the answer is 4 groups of 10 pennies. Let's look at number 13. Sandra wrote a number pattern starting with 806. She counted on by tens. Which of the following numbers could be in her pattern? If she counted by tens, that means only the middle digit is changing, which means the 8 and the 6 has to stay the same. The only one that has the 8 and the 6 staying the same is 826, so that must be your answer. Thank you for watching Lesson 2.10. Have a great day. Bye-bye.